Akwenyezi na minchia wahwefo.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. We are ready akwaba. Yeah. Moko.
I ready ado.
Okay. Dan yanko fun ase so. Kwa join here. Na ma me fa ora Christian don conscious so. Champion.
Chief,
you go him.
Chama uti yazumi. Amafa me da sifa akonya. Na for me analyze what is happening to Chama Uvunya. I look at it from the professional point of view, because my position as an auditor and chartered accountant, my court follow cases bebre. Nti ya na meka se upe ubi achina na se upe ubi kura na wabonu kwadu na anasa upe se me fa se ujele no krampoa, because my position as an auditor na ma court hunting.
No jina da kama me bisu asem da. Professional we adwuma we ye ho.
Professional no. And ye no ye begina mu a ye ka wie pe na case in the next you bebua.
Okay.
Because this is coming from professional point of view. What do you say? Mama one critical example. Because NCA area no. NCA area. Media meka, because at this point you know you good job.
Yeah.
We did audit, my was the head of the team.
Okay.
Now in doing audit no, you were two and maybe as I was establishing. Your friend bako the form and your substance. I say about reporting. Form no has to do with so we say we could talk idea now the organization. Did you follow the processes?
Procurement processes.
Very good. And in the case of NCAC, not the legal department and the legal process, because I'm not legal, for approval and all those. And then the second one we need to establish is what we called the substance. The substance, and they say, Adena Musa Mokoton. Okay. In the first place, Mokoton evidence.
Okay.
And I also come. And then the purpose of achieve.
Okay.
Your situation where Nipa no say will follow the form, no? The legal process will follow.
Procurement process.
The process near the other way. This so wakwaji approval.
Okay.
Now mom the second sikanwa. No the uncle.
Adiano.
And you know, Ubon say the form is there all right, but the substance is missing.
I see.
I
see.
And now you walk baby so Ubon say the form is missing. One follow the process. But on yes, you can also form is missing, but substance there. But here, so these two concepts, always in the conclusion is that the substance is always over the form.
Okay, sure. Because
because executive Robert Maka say, oh, make Kotono Crown to me honest in my secure professional advice. And so once I was a language and is one champion Robert my day. You will charge you the form, but the form name to me for them go prisons.
So at least I say, na ehia, na dientia na ehia. Asen kama nkopa anka effect ni be yesi.
Be yesi. So what I say? Enti no, we say substance no wo ho. You hu sa no na I over the form no. But there was scenario where the form is missing. Wow, in the case of ICU, no, so I straightforward. The question now as a form is missing until okay, form no, which department is legal and your friend legal mamma about you, for BBM. And your first stores say, and near Amazon control my dear good stores because procurement items as someone used good stores say BBM. It is straightforward, and I say, you are discharged in a paper. We see, look, and my follows are near Amu ye. I be a chairman, I near here see. And to share ora 14 years. Domlevuna home no a professional auditor. No, as more demand. Was it cases I
yeah, he said it.
You need professional report auditors before you can
go to forensic audit. Or say we be here forensic audit. Yes.
Now, in the case of Chairman to me follow in the case. Yes, one has something to do with Galamsey. Meboa. Papa Galamsey, more revoking the license in the first place. Meboa. Second time, watching the license. Anna Majin in Yemen, as we speak now, Uko Galamsey said, maybe I won't have contamination. But Sisia Galamsey, and the Obiane Chamaun to me Galamsey, like, okay, fine. So, even I Sakura invitation, and yet the mouse said, look. Police for I'm say police for the see I'm invite and I'm also watching Rambo style ni bi.
Never mind, I'm invite. See ID for invited.
Yes, no so be buy. And no buy. Okoye.
Omo kohwehwe no. E woni fie o man hu no.
Okay.
And na o kan kire so be ba. And am pa won wan kasa na lawyers. E ba CID office.
Very good.
And na omo e granting the bail. E be dey the charges na ade to na ni. And the following day now was a report.
Yeah.
Oba bio no na you for the car be cross so.
Cross no. So I'm here. Don't run the case, you know. Is that as Galamsey? And then there's a cocoa board, 50 million.
The money laundering crab account. Money laundering.
You see, me, my beef is that, like I'm saying, coming from professional point of view. Look, my advice is, Yoko boss. Say, you know, yeah, with me. Why you cumulatively 4 years, you will be off. So we are very careful. See, till me when you cry, MPP by me will nipa 3. Amwa. And Nanapuku and Sana Tiwa H. Amuni Nazisio Mwa. We are Germany professional. Send yourself what China and champion. 50 million contact in the Kuku board in the first place. Have you commissioned any forensic audit? Look, I always praise the akufo-addo MPP team nearby. You know, what they did was, I'm appointing ministers, I'm appointing more agencies, we say, my friend say, CEOs in the idea, now I'm at Puso. And then through a Safumanfos office in the Diajama, I'm on local link here. Then they recruited professional auditors. Once and some Mrana MPP campaign on the media space. But media space in some now can different from maybe a fact on the ground. Once even NC 4 million, it came out before MPP won the power.
Yes.
What do you say? And so the question is that you need to take professional auditors to go there. Don't jump the gun. Until after that, nominee Yoku.
It take him how many months professionally to be a more forensic auditor?
Yeah.
It take him how many months?
Oh, cumulatively, what be 2 months.
Okay.
2 months. Because sometimes, as I say,
you wouldn't know.
But champion,
because of time.
May a professional auditor. I did them. So I'm on channel one auditor. I mean, no industry. I'm in that space.
No industry, no.
And I am called for this audit firm, baby. Now this is a audit firm.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, indeed. Say I'm more be forensic.
I'm asking this question.
I
say this question because of our listeners and our viewers. Because we can't say AB or my and you know professionally. So what say yeah. Within this period,
yes,
about 6 months in it, and within that 6 month period, let's say 2 months, 3 months, we can't say be or my. But as a professional person, it's my and Kawuni.
And I made sure we say akufo-addo time within 6 months, one appointee or I'm what person we na of far audit firms. Recruiting audit firms. And also pass it through process.
Okay.
What you say? Yeah.
You have to recruit them.
And I'm competent. We also be submitting the document. We review Mugrana now.
Even document. We don't pay. I was so ashamed.
Sanity. I say, well, bet me. I
for the Attorney General office.
Very good.
And son of bet me.
Very good.
You bear prosecution.
That is it.
This is just. I'm saying which auntie know.
Let me catch you.
Tier professional. They are okay.
Let me catch you.
That's what we do when you see so.
But indeed, the wisdom of Akufo-addo is look. We don't want to jump the gun. You get professional together. And the professional who 2 year all the did firms. KPMG, when Munina and happened to be the head of the NCA. And then we went there establishing when Munina was a Sikani young Kotoadia. And the every ma attorney general they call you champion and what they call attorney general. The attorney general I share yard was a way as a donkeys and so on the court to the coy. You free all the people at post because all the test report there what judges, especially when it comes to financial misappropriation and one there. Only why comfortable because it's coming from the professional end. Indeed, of your man, a major there, you straightforward, and a case in Nakati, no German. Me, na make us I'm in that space. Say ya dey on my audit media. Now your appointment to ground we.
I'm getting curious because the attorney general.
Yes.
Chemeko and so. Now say we say kiti no.
Yes.
I say was slow down kakra.
That is it.
He was even telling us nipa bi odo amko gina court no. So
he hasn't done any me na ga tell me on that space. Say ya appointing obi say oye you ankwa we ni. Ye be huni na. They haven't done it. What you say? Here say me anye and
it has to satisfy
that is it.
Yeah.
And this is a directional status. Mami ncho ni entertainment won't be there. Man me baso no.
Koso.
Wa and but mami ncho. And nyama nine na eba out. Into my end chip upon or a high profile in MPP so that the hotspot will be there near the one. Ayo ku de tabla kwa meboa. Enyo no di akufo-addo atema se akufo-addo high plane no onam wiem no. Ni dia ne ba ya wo ko high chartered flight de ma me no ba no. Woni sika ye involved so almost 170,000 k. You say chartered flight no. Wo convert here into that time na say dollar na 12.5 or so. About 21 billion Ghana cedi, 2.1 million. Enti meanwhile no akoka radio station bi say say oba amuba abemu na say any of the appointees and our president cry yusu chartered flight or resign. So people were calling seriously. And the ana so anya na do so resign because position there. And the only thing they can do is say hey yam kwachicha ma untumi top of the year be cover soon na. Any one two John Jinapo. One missing containers.
Yes.
What's also moving?
Yes.
Missing a back of four, but say on chain, baby, a duke say, I'm before the deposit
over 2,000.
Over 2,000, so much money. And it's accusation, I'm only mama to the extent that you mean, me to lawyer be or say, this researcher, why I'm just say, containers no crowd, they didn't even come to Ghana at all. In our number to me. Now you say you have seen it. And now, man, for I say, now and rest change baby our coffee fan and me am with the call intina boba and yanchi tema to me na top of a so what I say look I come back Agyapong me pay what is in course of the week you know what to be called ball be out watching by and we say na serious case a bit creative goodwill am Agyapong. And so you do we boom. I dear Agyapong ya nipa such a selfless say. Nina atom. No, and a whole lot of things near maybe I be baba. Ya fan kombom na nina and say. Now when you use this tactics, once you have not established this say auditors acquire say bia jama to me say you establish that there is substance missing or form missing. Audit report in the because you see when it comes to the form, say cocoa board na the contact in the manual. One, the form, no, the apples on the cocoa board to make sure say I'm not passing through procurement. I want to do about submitting the papers. Then we will pass through procurement process to make sure say when you answer no matter what they are manufacturing. Near or no there a big case here the substance. Say your code road no so wapoyana. So what they say. Nini now will be established by the audit report before even invitation because it's the audit report. No, the one who did it. No. Until I make a choice, say, you was space in a minimum. Mr. say, room to me because you're auditor. And some friendly panel. Not about obeying in Sambia and Zapan or Fanaro. Mr. auditors, we have a baby.
Conclude, mammy.
So what I say, until near Mitchell say, I don't know, we are as a non professional and fuck community. Look, there's even me, Yoko boss, near Mitchell say, since I'm only professional report to be on them, and because some we invited. You don't even do that. So auditors report work grandpa. Yenisa. Wrong. Na makoko chini pano. Aba adiachia. Na nipa gugu. So a champion. And yet at the papa, it is a slap on our democracy. And yet, and he said what 4 years obeko. As a sort of modino jedimpa. The best due process the year. Obian Cassessa, Obia Disika, we shouldn't let him face and Obia. But then you pass through process and never ye.
Let us say Christian Donko. Ernest, so be no be afina na ye beba efie ankasa bedi efie nkomo
macha etiefo ni ahwefo be omo bia na honorable say owura buntumi asemi media district dey no be share asie ama obia oye MPP ba obi biara oye MPP ba the ekoso an attack not on Wuntumi pe and I say I can say it's not an attack on Wuntumi a conduit the attack no a kese we na shase bebre bedi echire na said ye omuni Wuntumi e kono boot for boot no say Wuntumi dia ne succeed ya bebre bedi echire yesi okwasia no say ye de me yonko na ye ndime na ye be wie Wuntumi dia no a ye be dru dia so no na obehu say na ye NDC for strategy why no ye in charge of Yoko Raymond Acha same Raymond Acha na dia unim na minim dia unim afa Raymond Acha ho ane dia nsemo a okeka ye say ya ba be bubu ne store e wo trade fair ye say ye be trade fair ni niama oyawa e woni mu ene dia nti a ye de ne koto Yoko they have a reason enti mesre MPP fo a omo kasa especially omo keka nsemo a emwa ye nyina as a party because se Wuntumi aye boni am say Mr. Donko akama tie nipa bebre say MPP ni na waye boni a yemfa na mfa mra kwan so but ya decide say eye mra kwan so ene ye di nipa no befa law 1992 ena ye nyina ye sorry ye decided say we want to be ruled by law it is say the rule of law ye pese ye di mra ene di yeso ye free soldier buy pen so mo fa oda dem a na ye see why ye say oda se ni a oba no akata nanim akata ne honam nyina soldier ni kutatuo na ye ba be fa wo a ba bia ye de wo kɔ no ebi ana wankodru ye nyansem ne bebre nipa yira a wo Ghana ha o dompe kura ye hu o mabusuafo kura enya nipa nsie wo nipa etna Ghana ha obi wo honom a wawie na adwuma akwa ahomegiem ye bo no kwadu se ono asimasi wabo oman yi kro no ene ye kochi ne be bo ne tuo e wo kurum ha nkran ha chi ne bo ne tuo ewie ase no ene ye te se owura champon nom free fanom omuni japade bia kura utimedi wonsasi so man ye yakochi oda se ne abebo ne tuo kuno kwa entumi mana mabio. Are we going back to that level of impunity, disrespect for human rights and law? And I say, ye di mra ebe ye juma ura mahama sebi prediasa wanye ku ene bedi ade. Ye kenyina ani ekoto santene. Di ope mahama to mahama, di ope baomia to baomia, di ope cheddar to cheddar, di ope obia koto di ope. Ewi asie no ye di mra eyi owura mahama na eba ne sei na wa bedi ade a afedi mebo wa na asemo atumi. We are going back to the days of the culture of silence. Ye drumre a kaneno mre bi e wo ma yi mu a unim na uka opani bi ho asemo a wo bayira unim na uko ka opani bi ho asemo a ne ye de uko prison. Akufo-addo any woman can fight for the criminal libel law to be removed from our books. Criminal libel law ne ye mrabia ye ankasa ye kruchiri ye say ti said ye meti hey na say me be kan say before Mr. Donko ho na Mr. Donko adwen ye na say ebi asem a me kan fa no ho ne nye no kra ye de me ye kuru mi ansawam. You see, stifle the rule of law and it stifles free speech.
Yeah.
Inti ye bomode ekonya ayi free ho. Say me hu bibi na say me de ma adwene ye me no. Me ntumi nka.
Yeah.
Say me ka na say me bo kwadu bi na ani nyina so a you can sue me for libel.
Yeah.
Enti anya sa meti ho na prosifo aba adenti na wo kan awura mahama ho asem adenti na no pay wa bo Raymond Achadi na ya bekukuru wo ni nsamo a minim wontumi nsam no mu bebre nsamo a yatin yete say Minister for Lands and Forestry erezi ye eye say wontumi akọ na krata ye de ama no say ono mfa nkotu fom agudie no o de ye galamsey maybe our platform be so say I'm confused.
Yes.
Because the minimum say galamsey ye the only krata only only asase a ye twama no so onye so adwuma na ye see the oye ne ye galamsey na che say oye illegal mining na me hu obi a okra krata e madu tumi so onfa nkotu form agudie o tu form agudie mra kwan so ye say oye illegal
oye galamsey
nti da want to me e call police ID no want to me de nkrata call and no catch police force mo say me ye galamsey me krata me de ye mine ni se mo wonyina so obi se me want to me makọ baabi akọ tu form agudi a enyem eni hu kwan se me kọ ho a mo fa mra me medie ni baabi a me ye adwumani baabi a me ye adwumani baabi a konta man ni ye adwumani aprosifo ne ntumi nka nkyerɛ no sɛ enye no kore na yesu ye nyina so a ye de chi wuni waka na asɛm ɔde ne nkrata ma wo mo ensɛm a mo keka nyina sɛ wontumi tɔn asase na wontumi adane ɔhene a odwitwa asase man krof ɔmo ntumi ambisa no ho asɛm bia metie owura ande apia kubi ɔka ho asɛm sɛ ɔmo kɔ yɛ nsɛm yenu na ebisa wontumi na Mr. Donko bisa asɛm bi de nkyerɛmu na ɔde ma no no ujampu step back in fact wontumi ansa na aprosifo bɛkɔ ne fie akɔyɛ saa nsɛmhunu wɔ hɔ nsɛmhunu in the sense that kwan a yɛ fa so sɛ yɛ kɔ akɔkye papa na nyɛ mbra kwan so ma me nkyerɛ de di kai wontumi sɛ yɛ brɛ no krata wukuada sɛ ombra CID wukuada no wukuada na yɛ di krata brɛ no sa wukuada na ombra ne lawyer wo Cape Coast onu wontumi na mu on sheda ntiapo nti owo hospital or doctor's appointment nti wukwada na de mintumi ma wukwada na na omo twere krata letter no wa ha se me de letter ne kyere wa
koso
letter no e kyere se omra no behu a police ID wukwada no na se wontumi ma last paragraph no ye the phone numbers me mobile numbers me ashasie say unfresh our number no so one sabi or yan chiremu bi you say if you need further information call this number to me for a phone friend or police ID need say asemo esini ade ne ba ne mo se memra ne but nsemo e wo honi papa no tu no for say twere krata ejo twere ko wukwada na say mo ma me akwanya ene de me ba enye yi me lawyer so work Cape Coast to say him fa enti ye beba juada e ma papa ne jitu enti fiada na yesisa aprosifo atuo ani niama ekọ ne fie no fiada no na wontumi aye den bio.
Was it police for no na ekọ CID department and I say was another body to say yoko for ne ko because we here
na kan say yoko
okay
omo an kan che na omo koye no so no ho no empanimfo a lawyer fo no fa akire eni empanimfo no kodi nkomo eni ka kire won se ha na mo aba na de letter na e ba ye no se nkomo aye di wo honi e bia na pani a osuma police fo so omo ntu ana mon keke obi na esuma somebody gives an order nti no e bia de osuma amu no onim de e ko so asem ni nie krata ye twere ko ye nie omo agye atum tim juada ye beba juada wontu mi ankasa tu ne ka ko police ID. To the point that the entire minority story and say bibi wo hontia say ye chire na want to me ama reason say me dwane mo frame me no mo frame me ukwada me ko hospital maba adwada na me kan say me ba na adwada no pa na ogira ho one year late. One more to na no awie or coffee. So we hear the bioma. Freno, onyane. Because nipa ye di cars beba be cross so kwan so ni niama. Either say bia we a terrorist, we a chromophobia ya hwehwe wa ye nhunu. Ba mi ameti hoi na makoye bibia na makoka asebi na prosifo ba se omu ba hwehwe mi a. Say ye beba e bia me fie. And say invitation ye be twere me letter. And I me several times a prosifo be frɛ o phone so. Several times, me have friend me several times. Say me adenta, yes he say, ebi na young boys here be no mu hun say biaba. Who wa ne afrem.
When ye an investigative body me no Yoko and the CID. Obia o kwan of faso. Na adwuma. CID for tro command. Yoko for the omadwen say ye hia no kwan mu na. Yeah, only lawyers need to come or more some more candidates, including around the appear gubi. Or say, oh, who from Swa, a war, a Juma Yoko for no air, no sense. Say, a bass or more here, or bet me I invite you, or bet me arrest you. Said the more a year, and at the end, the hygiene was I do.
Only a lawyer, and me challenging. Pesa, my way or my eye, a pesemra, a D or mine. I pese peri ye. Any asundwe na ye ya enjoy since 1992 na etwaswa. Ye ni ankasa ye mfa mrano. Ene sebi efie nyansa. Enka mum ye mfa mum maye. Fa mrano. Na fa common sense. Na fa kaho. Na fa bu maye. Ye nyina ya asundwe ye. Me ko kane baby. Say na nipa bi say you do me I do you God no go vex.
Adobia you be no be ko you.
Oh na say remo acha onim de asi ye. O see ya be bubu ni.
Na no na you want me to go bubu.
And na me can say you do me I do you. And na me tie station ba ko bi me ba fie no. Anajo no. Na oba bi ti studio ho na ya ajantoa.
Nana ya jantu akuru ya.
Na o boy kasa wie. Nana ya jantu a essay ono nso ye no bi. Ewe. Ofuaso. Yenye. Boko eni de kika ho ntokwa ya ekoi. Amofa ye me bi. Metua ne soka. Na ama sonwi ama. Twema me ntwe na makurabo. To me, I made an appeal on one station to His Excellency the President. Okacha yen said ni legacy term ni. Some brantie way ni babies here Rollins Mesre Rollins called Negrechi mum. The babies with sharp teeth any babies one pay asem man on Mahama 1 between 2012 and 2016. Omwa branti ani maba wa ya na ekoye bas brandings manti Mahama so okoye bas branding niama ye de bo owura Mahama ko adu ni nyina na branti yi na ekoye ye openit na fie e mankwala wi na nka ye kan na nka
fo a
owura Mahama ye bebo wudin. Not very few people get second chances.
But I say
he has a second chance. Let him use it wisely.
Listening to an objective legal brain such as Counsel Maxwell Opoku-Agyeman and Opeyene no Dinkomo, no Sekunso ETA. You don't need a rocket science to tell you that most of the Rambo-style arrests by the NDC government are being pursued out of malice rather than the normal. The extremely harsh bail condition for Chairman Wuntumi's bail said it all. MPP supporters must please stop blaming the party for the ill treatment being meted out to their suspected members of high standing. Okuseku at the freedom fund by an opportunity or Ramaso Opoku-Agyeman. Ohun say baby ene nam say o man no enkoye kwan e fa so ye investigations ni ade me busa no specific question say entimi nkoba say yokofo ye hwehwemu police ID fo nim say sa asem we ye hwehwem I say elsewhere, crowd where giant countries in here. You'll be a be so then I'll be peer free. See idea now you go for so say.
Now did say not omunim.
Say no,
don't say elsewhere. Ghana. Are you telling me say? You go for no omunim say. Chrome how be acting because of the way they went to attempt to arrest him on Friday. And Mr. Donko can't say be no crepa. Sir, we know your friend diversionary tactics.
Yes.
Omo adwene say yenye bibi nenkata sa the way omo handle a private jet later sadia no crime say platform we so say somewhere na me can say na me di defense minister no ho ya pa because time akujeto enam na no shabo mampani oguo mampani enimu ase to the extent of mu ye cartoon or mampani Ghana mampani ya cartoon no dwale we aeroplane to the extent that obi aba can say ensure talk na say ensure ayeso ayemnumi ma obi anso enso num biom because akufo-addo Jones ofra
Auntie Akusa.
Na Mahama charter plane, and we never mentioned it.
A few of my messages then to us Auntie Akusaka or good morning, that's say why join here. Said they okay. Time when Mahama a charter plane near the document need to hold and so
it's a defense ministry no more.
The political persecution and showmanship will continue in the country if this is what the NDC want. Clearly to me is being shown where the power lies. Kwesi Reynolds, ewo aguna odome. Kwesi, that's it. Sylvester Sari says, your guest has said it all. I told you that Ablakwa is looking for space to avoid the private jet's embarrassment. Hence, the embassy closure and now the Wontumi Syria arrests. NDC, they are smart, in fact, smarter than the MPP. If Ken had not abandoned the thank you tour, they would still have been going round on the tour. Very sad. Sylvester Sari and a day way by.
Last week,
last week. I see. Franco Trading Enterprise for Roma and a 3-year and Saka or Christian Donko and a Saturday I know aiding come. One more ton phones and an accessories. One more ton be BMF camera. In fact, open cameras on Sabe Kebi, open CCTV cameras and Casa Crans on Sabe Kebi, open laptops on Sabe Kebi, open a year near my Hodwa, DC near Matis a washing machine, open fridges, refrigerator beer open on Sabe Kebi, open iron on Sabe Kebi, and near my fear camano. Tanya ma Hodwa no Nina been a Franco Trading Enterprise for Tom. Or no main office no other black on the Roger Cinema and the anymore. Dear man, yet Dennis say. Up to 40% discount. 40%. If you have a Fabiano discount, it was so. Now, dear, and they said, Uncle, to idea me and can't just idea any officer. So, con nene be no, and that's 24 hours. Baby, Omonia my air tono, a be will be na be because with a click of a button, na air or dano at the amount air born on so form. Or call online. francotrading.com na say, o pick o near Osi family wa e de bebro e bo no so e wo fom on to ade e ma problem ma ho emfama enu ho da company no ye ba ko pe main office no ada braka one Roxy Cinema de hwe ni mu Franco e wo bi e wo su Oxford Street wo bi o Circle o ben Odo Rice wo bi o Madina omo e ben e post office no bi o Hacho main station on sabe kan but better still e yes say o be free if it's one outlet ne door so o fra you better direct to baby abekwa e baby a wugina frey no 0555939311 0555939311 Franco osi phones papa fie ora Christian donko enkwani ebi no confirm say okuja to no baby a PBB di ahye governance no so e ka ho
yeah and from now going as I say man for you well alert. Now, especially the citizens are more happy about this. More than one look, ever coso. Some are be sensitive never hit your mind. Ubo, my Ubawani, Dimikani, use state agency. Munko Chiwi, one more Cocochiwi, sana divert attention enti we dia no say no wa ho amudi ni call police station no police for invite no say na papa no say so 2 questions as 3 questions in ebisa no ye wie no ye say o ye release you no wako enti omu ni safe ni ye back to kudwoto abe hit ni so on resign because you see group bi am so one resign demonstration e besi wa because atemo di akufo-addo ni ade no enye enti no am insist enti yama ayokofo
but na so wa be yi an was so resign e be affect your government
in what sense I don't want knowledge what it I don't want any nyansa
this is for diplomat back up no I mean foreign affairs minister want to close to US embassy ono diplomat back up
na okude tabrada am family bi saw ade be na waka wo Ghana ha eye true wa woni look allegation upon allegation they told National Cathedral Board even the National Cathedral I mean some financial advisors Deloitte and Touche and any payment be on the it pass through them as a because I'm here I'm them as a transaction advisors and they advise them before they make payment in the midst of this people will see for individuals
are you telling us say National Cathedral Board no nema wo do wani hu no from so bia ne adwuma
ba kokura ni ho me be say me so amunya ba ko so fo ba kokura de ni tumu ha me say for monitor
I see
me say be bia ni
but perception o ma come and grow for agedi o
that is it no but a project Deloitte so we need Deloitte one of the renowned audit firm transaction
in the world
would they sit down for anybody to chop money you want to tell me Inti bibi amba me payment bi am pray auditing amba who say is legitimate look National Cathedral na wo no sika e call honey individual contribution na I'm told they say ni nyina akwa equipment mo wo dem kopam ni ese edi fi abrochire ba no senkebedu ya within 1 month or 2 can share a done this
so are they telling us say sika na buy no omo dey procurement
I been them imported ones once you say in a still be something oh yes I want to we say board no and say man back no ye so secretary oh my run down ni na the only thing is I'm ready to say so many message in some manner
and conform to GD
yes but as you speak now me dey na me expect say nka cathedral adukra board no ko kra na ye de ombeko quarter ko prosecute because we could talk so our evidence me ade but we told them said look once at Deloitte a transaction advisor there was no way I'm going to make a payment here Deloitte and processing
can be a company be an institution be an firm be a transactional advisor actually saying
it means then that people maybe a project now transaction advisors you are appointed because you don't want to make a mistake and I'm your auditors and what do you see one more be and they will pre-audit
and son what to
they will make sure say even your work would they add value to the project now is it necessary because the better say
at the end of the day Mr. Christian Donko say prosecution be coswa or transactional advisor or advisor they are not or a link to any prosecution
yes say what that was compromise not the professional advice or the man one farmer and we had the sure and no audit firm the pedigree to say Deloitte will compromise anything anything you can say National Cathedral we be in a 1 year now even can say parliament I'm form committee on review you invite you for that that is a could tablet per year from
committee level.
And even Sika Kakra or you from their friend, Sika a friend miscellaneous. Prepare budget to be there will be a friend contingency.
Oh, patches could you turn some can do propaganda?
Propaganda. me challenge you say unfair evidence ni am fast of grandpa prosecute him what they no part they say then they do what you say enti national cathedral say ntro di wo hu nyina no champion me na make a chance say nipa ba ko kra ni ho and even near me amanfo bi say look at the pedigree of a software now am form the trustees enti madam Joyce Ali, you want to tell me that mommy with the project no be anything on toward she professor Onina she want to say professor Onina you want to tell me say papa we be say you interest go down the drainer and your project in Isika shall look at the lives of Palmer backers. These are high profile with high integrity, but look at what the guy did. Wrecking everybody, destroying their look. As a matter of fact, Duncan Williams, they decided to pull out because Akwana Nunan Samono, Sabio Amabobra, and all the churches, Asofa Kasomudi, Amudi, and Nimuna contributed into the distance. Look, Michelle and Duncan Williams says, Sikam, or you feel the quality with the man, so cathedral, no be happy. But at a certain point in time, their point say they had no option. Say, okay,
I see Reverend Kusi so work.
Reverend Kusi, I said, Reverend Kusi, okay, Papa no crown. Initially, I'm seeing the crown or no crowd preference. I say, it is a cabin now with the man. As someone I apply or the Akwasi now double name. Bakubi Waha, and a Wako who Bakubi so me now Kusiana. What does it? Anti Sika Kwanasa Cathedral. So, follow me, follow champion. Procurement, I'm why second year, within 2 months, say a year, you probably see, we say within 2 months, come back, see, I didn't listen. They say, not go procurement, I'm a procure a deba. But if I pay the attempts are, meanwhile, we need evidence.
Champion, my himself, but is it the same John Mahama in Nimno? From 2012, before then, I think you were a running mate for some mills. By 2012, for 2016. On one year, who is say,
and look, me, Yaka said a Akufo-Addo performance was set a certain standard, and they must be very careful because 120 here, at the end of the day, 110% of what Akufo-Addo don't achieve. And so you're very, very you have only one term. Look, champion. Look. Akufo-Addo, near my Akufo-Addo so deep. My friend say, and near maybe or the two near maybe right. You got it right. And I'm praying also I need man. Me say, your consolidated fund. Papa protected in such a way say, it's easy to break the jackpot and use Sikabi anyhow. And to Mr. D, the corruption among the two MPP soon now. Me we be a fee consolidated fund number direct. All the upper analyze kakra corruption against among the two Akufo-Addo so. Who will be a mention? I mean, just whether it has a link to consolidated fund. Look, if you take this Alan Chamanti, I must say, will be cash for city. What has it got to do with consolidated fund? As when you resist as a corruption. If you are Abu Jinapua, yes, now more BBB no chief of staff yesterday. That over you are what has it got to do with the consolidated fund? And we look at all of them are. That is it.
Consolidated fund here then.
And yes, my friend said, baby, I comprehend the Kubu. And you protect here. And because of that, and ni moderacy. Adiano, you will be say arm's length price. Arm's length price, you say, me know your chance, I say, yeah, price, and it is a uchun sa, yeah, now you bring us with this. That's what I say. Now, professional, you can say arm's length price, and your price of the item, say, all the two are in the eyes of ordinary person. Will be between my judges of whether any price are. Inti Osha a year, a Akufo-Addo time as compared to previous one. Look, Yakoto dia champion. Adiani wo 1 cedi near the above by 100 times. You like unim the like sad case way bass branding. Nipa or here no or draw a stick and go or so the back 1,000 cedis. Meanwhile, 1,000 in bass near 113. And you can multiply as a second cigar, you have bass branding or air stickers, 113,000. We ended up paying 3.6 million. How many times am this cannibal? We have a situation where 48 MPs took double salary. Double salary. And we tried calculation, it's about 48 million. They went and pleaded.
But they paid.
Oh,
Sunday, I'm penny back.
Let's allow them. No crab. Sunday, Mina, betting about with you. Allegation, oh, I won't tell my account to her. I'm here, I'll refund and look away. And you know, correct. What I said, look, if you look at a idea, your toy, you say, I'm going to see a USA, is this agreement?
Agreement. $200 million.
$200 million. If you divide the 5,000 houses, no, let's say back also basically 40,000. Nine for try baby, 1 bedroom self-contained, $40,000. We ended up putting 115,000. 100. I'm saying, if you can ready, no, they are 1,500. Look at the and you know, I'm time. I didn't hear cotton 1 cedi. Now they are both by 100 times. And it takes a lot of chunk of money from the consolidated fund. But the Kufado, I didn't hear 1 cedi or cotton 1 cedi. And no better the paper so. So I will share at 240 a ambulance here. 2.3 million euros. And I'm so got 30 ambulance they are bringing. Now, these 30 ambulances, no. Jack Paya no see national security or no form the company big sis. And no the budget contract no. And no say or no say Ghana representative big sis. You know what they did? 2.3 million, above 50%, 700,000. Echo Jack Paho as the commission.
Yeah, you know, champion. Nina battle. Now, yes. Political parties are formed to win political power.
Yeah.
Okay, about why a cool mono. In terms of selection of candidates, then in the moi,
Daddy, I know the amendment made the Bama. What I say? The issue is that, look, me maka, Uber Tnabanswa 8 years, no matter how it is. I say, Upa. No. Me idea man supporting Ketindiana make a chance. Hey, looking at Ghana baby Omokan. And never be they said on the government on the and yellow crack. But MPP to me defend them perception as sinking to down what is her cathedral and a near Kawasom. And somehow they took of no as so I don't know time I suffer no court. What I say? The can be Biana a sinking at the amount for G. At the end of the day, or the Agyapong will leave you as you look at what is happening. And the catcher said, look, so many things that they said that you were not able to defend them. And when you present a particular candidate. But somebody buy yes, Muncheni face. It's down in I said, Money honorable can buy. Look, we win it. Then we change face, no. And to me, the argument and it was look, it's not about performance of MPP, because performance in the champion, me set in the interim, but declare Akufo-Addo as the best president.
Yeah, he did well.
We did well.
Look,
all the sectors.
He did well.
What I say? And he confirmed one that said into one year, he can't win. And I'm not sure say, ne kind of. We say how or moderate we say the consolidated fund. I don't know once you have cotton 1 cedi. I don't know 2 cedis or cotton 2 cedis. Until my to me conserve a lot. I'm on the year free SHS. Emma, free SHS no kwade. You know or I didn't never become. Once a white fee near the Nanaka. Of course, you past questions. Move from our You are more parents now. BEC some start. Who the next
they are going to
first class schools on the fees. What you say? And what you are saying is that set 8 years in 8 dua. And from the two so that also any near me been to face no acquire into can be beer and co. Into come changing anchor. No, we are for on abuka. No for speed. I am baton.
Yeah.
I can never come to your so. And I say, I'm dragging Chamawoon to me. One also says, and no, none of me, and none of me almost say, me can't. And I won't to Daddy, you see, I'm out for memoir to us. Yeah. There's a difference between the Nipan Buha and I dream we are. Yeah. President Akufo-Addo catch the Supreme Court 2012 presidential petition say, many court to no nyadwin, name of minunti, young queer sanity. Mean support to Ken. But baby, I have drone. Yeah. And who was an American you? Say, baby, I know drone. Yeah. Now we are the candidate at the corner. You know, I need to because it's truly does, and I'm also communicating. And I will be a papa, and I will be yet. I had not Nipa no Kasan, and now who opposition. Power and only man will go in him. And you have see, young Kano, Senator Timbiana Otakano. Okabi, last meeting. Say also Akufo-Addo can say it's about next generation. The next generation, the next election. No position, next generation. MPP for young one, university. What about it's about the next election. And how would you win the next election? It doesn't matter. Look, can Agyapong win not the mama? Every crowd in home call for crowd, any appointment in the crowd, I campaign my candle. Me a campaign my MPP. Oh, yes, because Mr. Monko for Mumusa, when Crawford from the say, champion for baby, Mr. Man for my own two, my own two. No, sir, now can't go where crowd for Penas himself. That is it. So, once I make a choice, say, Chamawoon to be nearby a chin. Ni one single time within this week, for a Agyapong. You can hold back every money good will, Papa, you do. What was here? Yes, a car before Moto. And I can Agyapong see a selfless service for chain the buyer. And he said, Can they at top of the town? And people them try ye, Ama. And top of the town, ATSC. Yes, when you'll be a most sacrificing for power. Men and the catch and come and this young girl. I said, your mamma and now, or nim before DC. I said, get your head, you know, I said, I'll call one whisker. Maybe Yafin and Mikofu be acquired Lala Sulala beyond the whisker. Yeah, you're one and never call. Yes, I'm on what power. I'm got your power. And you can walk. Some are cook grounds will be some vacant. Look, me father at some point, no, my disturb. And you go for car say, one vacant and cotton. Let me feel say, and answer, Ubeka grow. I grow. Anna, you go heap about me. Look, me, my person, me, no problem with about me. Nice gentleman. I don't nice gentleman. They are Ghana politics now. It go beyond being a gentleman. Media men are make a trouble. I don't go upon champion. And go beyond even MPP for ground. Near Yadi Mrs. Most of them who say MPP need a leader. Now on the super what Trump say yes. Maybe a party because I MPP for. You say, Mama, dear, slip off from who say, and that is it. Uncle Papi, come by this time, what is so? So, indeed, Yabasle, Samuel said, Nipa Casa, and yes, sir, be a obichi, no, be political terreno, power, some power in here, and now what grounds to be almost honorable king. Uncle God will say, Papa, Nipa immigration friend. What must one of them? My young fucking maybe. Now, see you, so who's operating for? I'll say, oh, boss, the next president, boss. Oh, naturally, Nipa Penassim. And the Anna or Yadis or the everywhere we are adored. So, W, Mr. Me, my said that Tron was point to point in your way now. Na realizing so don't go with that so bad that's come in here that's papa Christian Donko and Saturday and adwane abusuafo ha de adwuma de nyina se na production team ne nyina ase na otwi mu nso mo ya de free or the four kwaku aboaje bentay afi focus elder kwesininsi
Elikem, Yanamu Yanasi, MCR Fonso, Ya Ejano Ehedi, Enamwasi. Midin Edia Amufa Boachi say, I don't be doom ya on Monday anopa, Ibishia, Ekram.